Hello, welcome back. Another pulling video, and by average, what it was from yesterday's, it's 25% better for the daily average. So I sent 25 out yesterday, which was for 3 days. Now we're back to normal. I have 12 going out for 286. Let's find out what they are. Oh, Happy Day, Edwin Hawkins, 26. Well, it looks like I'm really going through the boxes of DVDs when I get back today. There's a $37 Leslie Sandstone workout DVD that has like a stretch band. Can't find it. It's not in the box it's supposed to be. So I have to do, I usually, almost always, do that after a calling. I'll pull the boxes and I'll make sure stuff is in there, what's supposed to be in there, of what's on my eBay SKU. And if something's in the box that's not supposed to be in there, that does not match up to that SKU, it gets taken out, figures out where it's got to go. Max kettlebells, 14. I've sold some pretty stringent Russian kettlebell ones. Some of them can be 40, 50, 60 bucks. This one's not one of those, but it's 14. So when I see kettlebell stuff, or out of unusual workout stuff, like the chair workout, the senior chair workout, things like that, it's baffling sometimes on what they can go for. Pokemon soundtrack, 19. Johnny Darrell, this is another one. Only a couple sold on Terapeak. There's a handful listed. Mine is the one that sells. Reputation, picture of the CD out. All those little things add up, almost 25. So this was a fun one to find. Again, back to the boxes, back to checking. So this came up as D44. Didn't find it at 44, 42, 43, 45, 46. So my next go-to is figuring big fat fingers pushing buttons on a tablet. Instead of hitting 34, I likely hit 44 and didn't double check that number or the characters I typed in. So definitely have to do that tonight. 20 bucks. New Order Band CD, 28. Learn Spanish audiobook, 20. Acid Bath, just got this within 5-6 days, 17. History of Scotland, on the same place where I got like those anime soundtrack ones, the Eureka, Pat Lorber, a couple others. I've shown them in the videos before. I also got a bunch of these sealed. I think I got 6 or 7 of these sealed, and then there were 2 non-sealed or open used. So the sealed one's already done sold, and this one is a used one, sold for 24. Book found, The Power Elite. A couple of the first pages are loose, still got 23. And a $14 remote control. And I got a bunch of remote controls from another it's a big barn warehouse. It's called the Red Barn or White Barn or something like that. It's right up the road in, I want to say that's Painesville. And I was there spring. Well, I know he was telling me about a Mother's Day sale that was been going on for last year. And I was there like a month before that. And he had back in the 50% off room. But he had back there a big bin, a container. This container actually. But this is just different stuff. This I've had for a while. This is Thermo King refrigerator parts and stuff. I don't know. But anyhow, this entire bin was full of remote controls. 40, 50 of them. Don't remember. And it was $10 for the entire thing. He wanted 20. Well, no, it was 12. He wanted 25. It's not. He had like a little post-it note on it. He wanted 25 for the entire box, which would have been like 50 cents remote. Then it was half off. So it's 12.50, which was still 25 cents remote. I have a little pile down here with the electronic slot that I'm going to get up. The non-valuable ones, basically the ones that weren't going to sell, they're too low of a rate, um, cost too low, whichever. And I've already sold. I sold a handful of them. There's like a $60 one. You'd have to go in my solds and see which ones they have been. Sold uh, a remote from all of that for $14. Then you're going to see my listing video that I just listed stuff this morning before I started this video of 20 disc media items that I've sourced past couple days. Well, I went ahead and listed 20 of the disc media that I showed in my 2 sourcing videos. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that I'm not going to list. They are, I guess, colloquially, you could just call them a bad buy. Either I didn't do additional looking, or they were 50 cents or 75 cents, something cheap. However, scanning the 4 of them declutter will take 3 of them for $1.90. So even if I have $4 in them, I still got pretty much $2 back. And that's also assuming what if the exchange would take them for anything higher. Now, I don't do a trade-off and go to the exchange and be like, oh no, I can get 4 cents more on declutter. I just, whatever the exchange takes, they take, because I add up a gift card and I give that gift card to my nephews for Christmas. So this adds up year round. And then what the exchange doesn't take, declutter takes. What declutter doesn't take, I put in a lot. And typically it's going to be DVDs. CDs I'll box up and just, most of them I will just toss out. Some I will keep and add one to another artist that I already have and just kind of sweeten that pot. Doesn't happen often that I do the latter. So I went ahead and listed the 20 of the disc media that I had that I've sourced. And I went ahead and put everything in the sale brackets. So this video is just to kind of see on where the total amount falls in it. And I'm going to guess it's going to be a little lower. Of what my guess is, it's going to be a lower amount than of what it's going to be than this 766. I'm thinking 500. Let's find out. 531. And make sure everything is hashed or is on sale. Past couple days I've been doing that. It didn't turn out well. So, oh, I thought that was a 1 when I just glanced at it before I refreshed. But I mean, I knew I had to look this up some more. Like I said, I had to do some research. I said it was an easy 20. They are easy 20. But after doing more specific research, this is the late night version of the CD. The case, the cover that I had was cracked, so I just slipped a different one on there. I even have some sealed CDs that I can open up and use those cases, and they'll be absolutely brand new. The cases wise, but I'm not too pressed about it because I'll still get at least $50 for this. So that was a pretty good, a pretty good piece together there. These 2 here, these signed. This is probably something I'll get $50 for, but this is why I want to start a little higher. You always want to start a little higher. If you're using sale brackets like I do, you definitely want to. And some of the methods on how I take down and reprice and why I do the things I do, that works for me because I've been doing it long enough to know if I price a little higher now and I have best offers on and I send offers, I accept counter offers, things like that. If I would have started these lower to be closer to the likely mark that they would sell at for this specific, well, let's use this Taylor Swift. It's likely to sell at mid 40s to 50-ish. So if I put this down to where the price would have been 48, someone comes in with an offer of 44, instead of leaving it at 60 and potentially selling at the 60 on whatever buy, impulse buy or which have you, it could be that 44. So instead of negotiating and losing money later, I try not to do that sooner. So I don't mind in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, whichever. If this has been taken down a few times, I know that the price just wasn't there. And when it comes down, it only comes down by about 5%. So this right here will be 93.69 or 93.21, somewhere right around there. And accumulatively, then this will only come down to $58. So I'm only bringing them down by a little bit. Everything that I reprice only comes down by a little bit. But there's enough on that one. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, feel free to comment. Feel free to thumb me thingy. Subscribe, share. It's all free. Only takes a second. Appreciate it. Thank you.